Hi, we are from UCLA BD2K Center. I'm Howard, and this is Vincent and Patrick. So during the hackathon, we tried to engineer the bioinformatics tool and our portal to integrate the resources from two different communities. So we are from the cardiovascular research, research lab. So we focus on the cardiovascular diseases. We just came up with the name of the tool this morning. We call it PPIcardio. So it stands for protein-protein interaction to cardiovascular disease. So we try to solve one big data issue. So in our biomolecular research field, there's a two big community. In a left side, you can see the groups study protein-protein interaction. So they study the physical interaction between the proteins. And the other community, they study the association between the protein gene to disease. Those groups have their own resources, and they actively update and maintain and distribute their resources to community. But unfortunately, those communities are kind of isolated. Each community is isolated from the other. So we try to employ the APIs from two communities to merge their resources and to make their resources more useful for the researchers. So this is one of the user story. So I'm a cardiovascular researcher, and I ran a mass spec for one cardio disease sample and the control sample, and we found the LRSAM1 as a differentially expressed protein. And no known association to the cardiovascular disease found to the LRSAM1. But we found that LRSAM1 has a physical interaction with the MIL2, and MIL2 is a well-known protein that associated with cardiomyopathy. And we think this is very useful and provide more comprehensive viewer of their data. And the problem is, if you have only one protein, it's okay you can manually go other resources and then you can find this information, but usually you get more bunch of proteins. So we thought it's better to have a comprehensive tool for this search.
So here's a little technical workflow. So the user has his or her list of proteins. So this person, the researcher, got this list of proteins from an experiment, or she is or he is just interested in this list of proteins. What happens is, with our tool, she submits that to our cloud server, which also communicates with the online Mendelian inheritance and man API, for disease annotations, the IntAct through the PSICQUIC API, and also uses the Uniprot mapping service from protein to gene to come up with a list of results and a list of cardiac-related results. So this is what the main page looks like. We're also going to do a live demo, but this is to explain how the user would use it. So you put your proteins right there in the form of Uniprot, and you just click go, and what you get is basically a table containing the Uniprot you asked for, all the interacting proteins related to that we got from IntAct, and we see that TNNI3 actually has 3 associated cardiac diseases, and another molecule that interacts with it, TNNC1, also has 2 cardiac diseases associated with it, and so on. And you can do this for all the proteins that you enter.
So we also have a feature where you can select the phenotypic series. So by checking this box, you'll get diseases that are less specific. So before in the previous page, these diseases, they're really specific diseases, but if you check this box, then you'll get diseases that are less specific and more cardiovascular specific. So if you click that, you'll get just the cardiovascular diseases. And the way we got that was Howard here just manually curated, or just picked out the ones that were cardiovascular related. And on the bottom here, you can also go back to the regular view if you want to. And we also provide the p-value, which we use using an Apache library. So we have the p-value and the adjusted p-value. If you want more details, then we'll be happy to answer them.
So what this checkbox actually does is to give you a broader level of granularity that allows you to see patterns instead of just looking at each individual disease. So you look at the family of diseases instead of, so it makes more sense to analyze that way. And the technologies we're used were, so the whole thing is written in Java. We started from scratch during the hackathon yesterday. For the front end, we use something called the Vaadin 7 framework. For the backend, we have Spring MVC. For the data, Vincent here implemented a MySQL database that we use for the checkbox part. And we deployed this on a Tomcat 8 server running in a Docker container in the cloud in DigitalOcean right now. And here's our GitHub page right here. And you're welcome to try it yourself, but not all at the same time, please. Because this machine has like 500 megabytes of RAM, so let's not go crazy with it. Let's actually make the live demo now, maybe.
Sorry, I just tweeted it. It's like, I'm sure your server's getting it.
Andrew has how many followers? Do the demo quick.
So this is a list of predefined proteins here. You can add whatever you want, obviously. So I'm good to go. So now we are querying all the APIs that are in there. Some of them take a longer time to respond. So here's our result. So we have the heart-related diseases tagged with a cute heart right there, and so this shows you all the 3 and the associated proteins in there. And when we want to do a new query, let's do it with the checkbox this time. There we go. The whole thing happens all over again. And there we go. We only have cardiac diseases now, and also they're a broader family of diseases. So you don't want to get lost in all the data there is. So you want to see a broader, bigger picture right there. And the disease of protein table function is something that we did this morning. So what it shows you is, so cardiomyopathy is associated with this protein right here, and is significant at the p-value of this. So you're still working on obviously the algorithms and like how we come up with this. So we want to make this more robust, like a real tool to figure out what you can do with this kind of thing. And I think this is the end of the demo. And yeah, the last slide.
Great, your 10 minutes.